in terms of last time and offline dev, I skipped streaming last week, 4th of July. Uh, but 2 weeks ago, the stream I was working on further shop improvements. I got the shop to like be spawned on the side, I think, and be separated out from the main game. But I didn't, and I started working on like discrete item selection, but in last time stream I didn't get it all the way to the point where I was like happy with it. So some of my offline work has also been further shop improvements, also technical debt. I don't know if you remember, viewers, but there used to be a bug where because I was using health to also fuel money, if you hit 0 gold, your money would die, and then you couldn't buy anything anymore. Oh, falling out of capitalism. Uh, but that is fixed now. Common functionality moved to a base class. Health, all the interfaces are the same, but now there's a new player money interface that has a lot of the same functionality that it was relying on, but that lets you do money specific things and doesn't die when it hits 0. So that's what I mean by technical debt. Oh, also this debug text is toggleable now. I think it's off by default. It's part of a general like debug controls, so I can add more debug controls in the future. That'll be nice. So yeah, some of the technical debt, shop improvements. Oh, and vine grow. It's always been my intention for there to be like a vine growing up in the background that's spawning these platforms. And as you climb higher and higher. So I have a basic version of that shader where I can show. Yeah, I'll go through all the last time stuff before I get into the upgrades of today. So yeah, toggleable. That's nice. Here we got the vine. It's just doing like time plus a dissolve upwards. And then there's also a nice system here where it's like is not going to continue because it knows I'm not chasing it. It's trying to always be on the screen. So you'll see as it comes back into screen, it starts growing again. Oh, hello. Hello there, Dice. So yeah, this is a basic version of our vine. It is, I can go through the shader graph, but the idea long term would be have a similar effect, kind of branching outwards to spawn these platforms instead of them just spawning arbitrarily. Yeah, and then also, yeah, there actually is some noise in there, but maybe I could turn up the noise. Yeah, I'd be interested to see. I can actually go through the shader, and I'd be interested to see if you have any feedback here. This is not the correct shader, nor is this. I'm gonna have to find it down here. Materials, vine grow? Vine grow? Okay, so this, you can ignore, or let me make this bigger. It's probably hard to look at. Yeah, this is big enough. So you can ignore this chunk here. This is just shifting the hue and saturation to add some more interesting colory stuff. So ignore that bit. This is like the main bits of the shader. So we have our texture here, right? And we take the green. I'm trying to find the green because I want the green to be slightly ahead and it to kind of fill in behind the green. So we take the green channel, add it into a stepwise function. So it's saying, hey, give me everything in here that has green of more than 0.4. And then we multiply it back by the green just to like re-soften the edges. So it's like, again, reflecting how much green there actually was. So this cuts out everything but green and this rescales the green. Then this is just a sort of coefficient to say like how much faster should you be growing? How much faster should the green parts of the sprite be going? Which is currently at 0.05. And then, so yeah, it's basically these 3 different elements, or I guess it's 4 really, feed together to a value. And if it's greater than 1, it goes into this step and it's allowed to have alpha. If it's not greater than 1, it's going to be 0 out of here, which is why it is allowed to, what's the word? Which is why it's allowed to, or why it's like being cut out properly. So yeah, we extract the green, give a little boost for the green to let it grow faster than the rest. We add some chaos with this noise, like you were mentioning. So we are doing this, and we could potentially turn it up. What am I doing? I'm doing from 0 to 2.5 and then minus 0.1 for some reason. I think this is just a fudge factor, probably. Oh yeah, it makes sense that I wanted it to also potentially be negative. So like, it can sort of lead to chaos downwards and upwards. So I think that's just what this minus 0.1 is. So there's the noise factor. This time minus start time, this is just to determine what noise is this. This is gradient noise? I don't know what noise it is under the hood. Is gradient noise a type of noise? They have a few different noise. I don't know if it's like... So they have simple noise and gradient noise. I don't know what the underlying implementation is. I bet they tell you in the shader graph on this. Let me see. Gradient noise unity. It is... Okay, yeah. Gradient... Apparently gradient noise is just another word for Perlin. Yeah. But yeah, I could... These are the two sort of factorinos to do here, where this is like sort of the frequency of the noise. So as it gets larger, it gets like quote unquote noisier. It's currently at 12. And then the 0.25 is just sort of like the significance factor. Where were you thinking to use the noise? The generation of the pattern. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd be interested in ideas on that. The fixed sprite is kind of temp, yeah. Yeah, that's probably doable. I might want it to be thicker. I don't know if I want to use this same tile map or just like maybe do something in inspiration of this tile map. But in addition to changing out this sprite, I also want to add different types. I could add like going left, going slightly right, like diagonal. And as long as I have those connector pieces, it's really simple to spawn things in on like a particular X. Because I know I made all the pieces, so I know all the pieces connect, right? But yeah, just going through the rest of the shader really quick. Time minus start time, this is just passed up when it's spawned. Inverse spawn frequency here, this is so that I can say, like, if I want to go in the shader and say, hey, or if I want to go in the script and say spawn a little faster, it'll be like baked into the animation that's happening in the shader so that like it'll try and keep the sort of script spawn speed and the shader animation speed linked. So yeah, that's what this time and spawn frequency stuff is doing. And then this is just Y position. It's just the UV, the green component of the UV, so that's how much Y there is. Then flipped over, so the bottom gets a bigger number, and the top gets a smaller number. And then just a fudge factor. So yeah, it's a combination of the Y position, the time since you spawned, this random noise factor, and how much green you have. That eventually leads to whether or not you're allowed to draw. So this makes it so it goes from bottom up. This makes it so it fills out over time. This just makes it kind of slightly more interesting looking. And this makes the green advance faster. So yeah, I can, having explained it, I can hop back in really quick just to show it again. Oh, I guess you can't tell it's green, but it's the main hue bits are advancing slightly faster. The inner part is sort of filling out behind it. You can see like the impact of the noise, and it stopped. I bet, yeah, as soon as I catch back up to it, it'll start growing again, so that it basically always stays in the scene. I guess it is theoretically possible to outrun it, but I haven't been able to yet, and if I can't, probably no one else can. Oh yeah, I guess I should say also, the other thing I was going through that I did offline last time is the shop improvements. So, oh, I gotta get some money to buy something. I'll go to the next shop. Oh, whoops. Gotta keep my mouse in the Unity scene. I just gotta get up to the, yeah, where the point where there are like silver coins, and then I have like infinite money to test the shop with. So now we got this nice, like your left and right turns into navigating the shop, which is cool. We got a discrete exit icon, because before I think you just lost your cursor. There was no discrete exit icon before. And then we also have this UI down here where we can put in a title, a cost, an icon, and a description. So, and this is all like well hooked up under the hood, so that, you know, I just make new items and they will show up in here appropriately. So when you buy it, toggles over to sold, and then it won't let you go anymore if you buy all this stuff. So yeah, let's jump down and die really quick, and then we'll get into upgrades. Got us. All right. Oh, is that just I bet I can just import custom functions. Yeah, I could see I mean, this could just be an offline step, right? It doesn't, I don't have to integrate this into the project at all. I could just take an offline step of generating my map, right? And then just pass the map. I think that's the idea, right? Not that I'm actually generating noise at runtime. Yeah, that's what I figured. And if I want it to be like randomy, I can just, yeah, I can just generate like 200, or not 200, that's probably too many. But I can generate, say, like 10 different noise maps, pick a random one, and I still get some of the benefit of randomness without needing to actually generate noise at runtime. Yeah, for sure. I think there's definitely, I mean, I don't know if I want to improve the visuals of this first or adding the branches first. I think maybe the branches first and get it all in a basic state and then improve it as a single entity. But yeah, the next thing I want is the platforms themselves to do the same kind of fizzle in, diagonally outwards, I think, from bottom center to top outer, if you know what I mean, like going outwards from the vine. And then the third step would be also to draw little branches, background branches from the main vine to those platforms. But for now, we only have a background vine, but it's a lot of these, part of it was also just me getting re-familiar with the system, getting over that hurdle. Okay, but upgrades today. Here are my notes on upgrades. Here are the sort of list of ideas I reeled off. I don't know if I got all of these. Oh, I remember some others I missed is potentially things related or Deathbox related. I should maybe put these under category of future. Because these I think I can all pretty much do today if I hurry. But future also Deathbox related, Gambler Room related. But yeah, so I guess the first thing to do that's like kind of not content is this meta decision are there gonna be, are they all single rank? Can they all stack like Risk of Rain, where you can get like two things of the special item and it increases a percentage or something? Or should it be single use? And if it is single use, then I need a system to uh like check that you have it already and not offer it in the shop. Um, I think I guess I should just set it up to be single use as the default, and then if I want to make yeah, I just need like a rank system maybe. Oh, that's a good idea. That isn't what I was thinking of doing, but yeah. I wonder if they're. I think that's fine. Yeah, because I actually do have that already. I don't know. I mean, you've seen some of the systems in here. Let me get all of these. I have to close all these. I only do one window so I can like super zoom in so people can actually read stuff. Um, but I have this shop item spawn manager where I'm already doing that. I could just mark them in here. I don't know about removing them in here, just because this it has weird stuff with resetting the game. I don't want them permanently removed from the pool, so I'd have to think about that. But even just marking them in this, um, yeah, I just need to override. I think so. This is my spawn data base sort of class, um, where I can eventually implement segment trees in the future, but right now I'm still just doing the guessing and test. But I at least move the guess and test code to a single base class that like all the things that are relying on it. And I think what I want here is a like private a private or protected virtual function um that is like is valid target, and the default always returns true, but then the child class can say like for the shop case already bought makes you not a valid target, and then this get spawn index thing can just can I don't even think I need to. I'm not even gonna go through that middleman. I don't think. I'm just gonna because they're using a spawnable item base class, so they already had min and max difficulty that's already being checked. So I can just why go difficulty to price to selection when I can just start and stop at difficulty, you know? And it's like we already have it's already set up to check for difficulty. It's done. All I have to it's already doing it. I just have to put in difficulty numbers. I mean, difficulty is already like essentially being rolled in a range. It's a minimum and a maximum. And like even if you wanted that behavior of potentially variance, all you do is plus or minus difficulty. Again, you can just start and stop at difficulty. I could say like +5, -5 difficulty or whatever, and that results in the same outcome. Is every single difficulty 5 shop going to be the exact same value? I don't know. Like, will they have the same items in them? Is that what you mean? But yeah. Anyway, let's all be equivalently valuable. No, not necessarily. Are there rare appearances? Not right now, but I think there could be pretty straightforwardly. Anyway, this is valid spawn would take a T, I think, not a spawn database. Const T item would return true. Can you not do this? Why is it not happy with this? I think it's this. Yeah, I guess you can't. So yeah, by default, anything would be a valid spawn. But if is valid spawn not for SD object, then we continue. Wow. Yes, you can. Try again. I don't know if that's gonna be good enough, but we're gonna hope. We're gonna hope. It should be, right? It's like a dynamic cast. Okay, and then the shop item spawn data would have something like public. You know, I could actually bake in the rare appearance thing right here into the valid spawn class where I could say, here, I'll show you. But first, let's do the basic of public already or single buy. Public bool single buy. Public bool already bought. And then here in our derived class, we would override that base class function. So this is a static virtual, I guess. Is that allowed? I guess. Static override protected bool. Look at all those keywords. Oh, is it not allowed? A static cannot be. What then? Does it? I guess, that's annoying. I want this callback to exist, but the fact that I am relying on static lists is making it not work. I guess does get spawn index and stuff need to be static, I guess. Get shop item. It's basically being static just to function as a singleton, but I wanna add an override basically. You know what I mean? Does this I don't think it's gonna let me call a non-static from a static. Yeah, it's not gonna. This upsets me. But I think what I do on this is I just have to do it in derived. I'm very crestfallen that this did not work as I hoped it would, but that's okay. Shop item spawn data. Oh, this should be a... Why is this a T? Oh, this is something else. I want to do this. There you go. Yeah. Good? Happy? Yes. Okay. SISD. We'll say SI return SISD dot not SISD single buy and already bought. Okay. Are you not happy? Oh, you need a constructor. I don't need this class. This was to try and implement the upgrade type thing. I'm just gonna pop this up here, get rid of the word base on the end of it, delete this class, get rid of base. There. Cool. All right. So now let's make a watchdog. This is very bad. I mean, I'd say it's very bad. It's very stupid. It's not very, but it's not very bad in practice. And what I mean by that is when I checked the numbers on these watchdogs, they were like never rolling more than 6 or 7, which is like such a trivial cost. Because these numbers are so low. Like, yeah, pick a random of 4 things, you're gonna figure it out. But it is still very stupid. So we're just gonna, because it wouldn't be very fun to watch me like tinker around with templates in C#. We're just gonna put a watchdog on top of the watchdog and it'll be fine. So we're just gonna say like, hey, pick me a thing in the difficulty range, and then we're gonna do a follow-up check on the thing. What's wrong? Cannot convert. Oh. Oh, it's getting me the thing out? I don't actually want that. I want something else. I'll just make this protected so I can get this. Oh wait, I can just do get spawn data. Yeah. Yeah, now it'll pass. Okay. And we don't have asserts in here. Let's add them in. Because I want to assert if the watchdog fails. Assert. Assert is true, false. And return null. But if it's a valid spawn, then we can just return the thing we found. And I want to be able to, I like that I wrote this because this is such an annoying thing. So let's just functionize it. Get spawn data from index. This is basically just wrapping this array access to also do the cast I needed to do. So we return spawn data from index. Oh wait, no, I don't need that. I just return st.prefab. I don't actually need that as a helper. I'm gonna bump it. I mean, it's fine to have it, but I'm gonna bump it back down to private until I actually need it. Anyway, so yeah, the idea here is, watch a counter plus plus. We get a thing in our difficulty. We check if it's valid, which in this case means have we already bought it. But we could also have like a public int of extra rarity. You can say like if greater than 0, or expect 0 to 1. Secondary roll you must beat. So that lets me make a rare item, right? Because now in my valid spawn, I say that, and then I can also say rarity check, the rarity check passed, and then I do SISD dot extra rarity greater than 0, then random dot range from 0.0 to 1 is greater than extra rarity. So this bakes into the system basically an extra roll to beat. Why are you telling me this is oh, I see. True. No, true in the else case. So if you're a single buy item, you can't be already bought. But if you're not a single buy item, this will just be false because it's an ant. If you have extra rarity, if this value is greater than 0, then we're gonna roll a random number from 0 to 1, and you have to beat that secondary check. If you don't, if the extra rarity value is 0, I didn't tend to assign any rarity, so it can just be true. And then in this case, we have to pass all the things because they're just true in the in the irrelevant case. So yeah. Our shop will now check if something can only be bought once, and it was already bought, and if it's rare, if it deserves to show up, basically. I just want to make sure this still compiles and stuff is still showing up in the shop. Because I haven't set single buy, ooh, that makes me think. I should set these to false by default. But because I haven't set any of these properties, I shouldn't expect this to interact with the game at all. The shop should be exactly as it was before. Did you crash? What happened? Okay, no, cool. So at least didn't crash. Let's grab some coins and make our way to the first shop here. That's probably enough to buy something. Alright, yeah, we lost some money. We went up to 12 health. We were at 10 before. We still can't buy these things. So shop is looking functional despite those additions. But now, I mean, that's the meta work I was talking about, right? So I think I have that on my stream task list. Yeah, done. Okay, then all we're doing is add unblocked upgrades. any upgrades that don't require new tech. There are a few things that require new tech, but we're going to do the ones first. And then we'll say 711 to 718 for this one. All right. Switch over to the upgrades thing. Okay. What's up? Got an upgrade idea to add to the list here. And let me make sure it's properly zoomed. That's a good one, yeah. Larger money hitbox, extra money gained. All right. Let's start. Oops. I actually got my friend Paul to make some wing sprites for me. I do not have them readily. Do I have them readily available? I don't want to switch over to. Let's see. Yeah, I'll have to. I'm gonna get him in a future time. See if he can get me to make more 32 by 32 images. Get as many pixel art icons out of this guy as I can. But in the meantime, since I don't have DirectX, I didn't set that up beforehand. I'm just gonna like 2-second paint here. But on anti-alias, come on, I'm not a monster. I'm like already fixing it, but like I gotta really resist the urge to make this perfect. Yeah, that's our wing. I have to close out the bottom or the paint bucket won't work. Alright. I know it's not very good, but that's not the point of this. The point is not to draw very good pixel art sprites. So we're gonna put, I think I'm gonna add a new temp folder. For temp might even be too temp of a name. I'm gonna say like placeholder. That's a good one. That's what I mean. Wing 32. Yes. The general modification system. That's why I called it modifications and not upgrades, because there's no reason it can't go negative. It's just like a callback system for assigning stuff to the player basically. So yeah, curses could definitely be implemented with the same upgrade system. Anyway, let's add our wing here. So I go to graphics, sprites, placeholder. Here's my wing. I just want to fix the properties. Actually, it needs to be the same as rations, whatever that is. Upgrades, can of food, 32. Okay, so yeah, it is. Point, none, apply. All right, and then I want to go to prefabs. Prefabs, not that one though. Resources prefabs, dynamic prefabs. Shop, viable health increase. We're going to duplicate this, rename it viable jump charge. We open it up. We switch to scene view. We switch this food can to our wing. And then we have our display name here. Should I just call it wing? Swift wing? I don't know. I guess at some point I should test these difficulty, double check to make sure they work as I expect them to do. Oh, that's a good idea. I even think like maybe that should be its own separate little hub. You know what I mean? Kind of like Binding of Isaac has like the curse rooms, where you can jump over a spike to try and lose hearts to try and get a thing. I feel like that's the same idea, and I could add that as its own thing. I mean, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, maybe. Maybe like it replaces a rest area sometimes. Did I set the text for this? Uh, Viable jump charge, probably wing. Have it be percent chance to replace, well, like where the closer the firewall is, or the further. I feel like I want to give the rest area to the person who might be screwed, but if you're way ahead, yeah, exactly, yeah, okay, further. Because if you're way ahead, yeah, you're more willing to gamble and probably in a better position to gamble. Um, that's a good idea. I'm gonna add a stream note for that. Devil version of restroom more likely to spawn the further. Why does this keep unzooming me out? It's annoying. Further you are from the death box, the better you're doing, the more likely it is you will get offered the chance to trade health to riskily trade away health for their run. Yeah, basically, yeah, giving people sort of like you know what you did. I think that's a good feeling if you die and you're like, well, yeah, versus like, oh, fuck this. Now, did I really need to go down to 1 health to get 10 jumps or something? I don't know what it would be, but probably not. I probably should have kept some of those hearts. Anyway, we're trying to add the first upgrade here. Just as a quick check, I'm gonna leave it as a health increase functionally under the hood. Let's just do a quick test for spawning it into the shop. So I think I just need to add to this list here, and it's called Buyable Jump Charge. Yeah, because then you either like, all right, I won't make a risky play that time, or like alternatively, you could be like, all right, this time for sure the risk is gonna pay off. So let's get some coins. So when we find this first shop, we can actually it's only 5, so I'm already good. Oh, I guess I should get 10 to make sure if I get both the health increases, they work, because I would expect them to. Alright, what do we got? Shop. Oh, trash shop. I think that might be the first, I think I want to make these hearts less likely. And I might put them in mutually exclusive brackets. So you can't get like all 3 hearts in one shop. Each shop, based on difficulty, will only be offering one type of heart. That'll reduce the chance it spawns. Double rations. I mean, technically, yeah, okay, 14 health. They do work together. But, ooh, I should have checked in the scene view. That could have been an incorrectly saved jump wing, but it also could be double rations. The type of thing I should probably have debug controls for to spawn particular things into the shop. Might be a good expansion. Or if it's not it, oh, you're killing me, game. Killing me. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go into my world manager and I'm gonna change the shop frequency like to 1. Give me like 1,000,000 shops. That's what I want that anyway when I'm gonna be testing shops and upgrades here. Shop frequency 2. Every other chunk has a shop. Should shops have unique items? You mean like if it's you don't buy it here, it's gone forever? Or what do you mean by unique items? I need money. Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, but there's my Speedwing. And it does have the text I want it to have. Looks like that filled out fine. Cool stuff. Wait. Why can't I buy? Oh, I only have 2 gold. Fuck. There's 3 coins. Alright, yeah, it just functions the health up. That's what I expect. Yeah, let's see if we can add that to the shop really quick. I don't know if it would be that bad. It's spawn shop items. Oh, this isn't actually. I still need to actually pass in difficulty. I'm just using 0 for now because I know nothing has difficulty. Whoops. I mean, that's a really quick fix. I'll do it as soon as I set the difficulty. Prefab, shop items prefabs, get shop item. Okay. For I is less than num shop items. Do I just is the answer here really just a third layer of watchdog checking? It can't be. I feel ashamed of my 3 while loops that are nested together. You saying if I get an index back, it's the problem is I don't know. I don't have an array of all the valid things that I can get. Maybe I should just do that. Maybe I should add a new function. Yeah, I do. I can get that array. Let's just do that. Get shop item instead. Let's add, and I think this can be on the base because I can see a situation where other people might want this. We'll just say public void or public, I guess array list. Array list of indices. That's like the C# way to do it. Or just, like, what's the equivalent of a vector in C#? Like a dynamic array. I think it's just an array list. I guess an array list is fine. Let me double check though. Generic lists. Okay, let's do a list. Well, I guess it needs to be an array list like an index. Okay, I see. Wait, can I? Does C# let you index a list? I don't think so, right? Usually it only lets you do things. Oh no, it does. I was gonna say usually it only lets you do things that are performant, but I guess that's a C++ thing. So we just have a list of int. Come on, autocomplete. I'm trying to type int. Jesus. Get valid spawn indices. And then, so for this, we just go through pass in the thing. Technically, the caller could do this, but putting it in the base, like, I don't see any advantage to putting it in the base class from a one caller perspective, but it just gives it to everybody instead of this, in case I need it elsewhere in the future. So we do if SDB So no. For each, we do new var out is results new list int for each of our SDB I'm gonna rename this to SDB array so I can SDB in SDB array. If difficulty, I just want this check, right? Taking it. If SDB prefab, yeah. Cool. And if it passes, result dot add. I am going to for instead of for each, so I have the index. I is listing SDB array dot length plus I, add I to our list. And what's the problem? Oh, I need to do SDB array I. And then I return result. Okay. So now our shop, instead of looping over each of the things, we can do a previous step of what did I name that? Get valid spawn indices or something? What the heck? Oh, it's shop item spawn manager. Get why don't you work? Where did I think I public? Oh, it needs to be static. This is a singleton. There is none. It's just static. Well, there's one and that's it. Get valid spawn indices. Oh, I guess I need an intermediate. Yeah. So I go to the base and I rename this impl, make it protected, and then I add a public version here that's just like a pass-through. Public static list int get valid spawn indices int difficulty, and then we pass our list and our difficulty to the caller or to the impl and there. Now we just pass the difficulty, which we'll just do 0 for now still. I'm gonna copy this again, so it's a double to do. Okay. Indices, and then I'm gonna say mnum shop items needs to, if it's smaller than indices, it needs to get bigger. So, you know what I mean? Mathf dot min, whichever is smaller, the amount of indices available, or come on, you're killing me, game. Length, size, count. Wonder why some things are named like count and some things are named length. So make sure the shop item array isn't bigger than the number of shop items we can roll. And then we have our indices. Why don't we just shuffle this? Can't I? Shuffle an array in C#? If I can shuffle the array, I can just get the first n, right? Why shut up? I don't know. How do you propose to generate unique random numbers? Am I missing something? Wouldn't I need unique random numbers? I get that I can roll from 0 to indices.length, but how do I avoid dupes? Yeah, that doesn't help. Like, how does that avoid dupes? You know what I mean? Because I have all the valid indices here, but I could roll 0, 0, 0 and spawn the same item 3 times. I don't want to roll 0, 0, 0. I want to roll 0, 1, 2. Does and doesn't get. What do you mean re-added? Oh yeah, I mean, but re-rolls. I'm trying to avoid 3 layers of re-rolling. That's what I'm trying to do all this whole time. Um, what do you mean by fudge? Um, okay. I think I see what. I'm gonna have to end to go. I mean, I can shuffle and end. Why don't I just shuffle? If I'm gonna have to go check if I fudged like a collision detection in a hash map, I think that's what you're describing, right? Like basically collision handling. Um, right? Because if I have to do that anyway, can't the collision detection be up to n anyway? So I might as well just shuffle and then I just get the first 3. And I don't even have to roll a random. The random is baked into the shuffle. Oh, well, I was thinking future shops could potentially offer more or less things. Also, I was thinking of an upgrade that lets you spawn an additional item into the shop. So I did want it to be slightly dynamic. It's still not, yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be up to 20. But I guess, oh, I see what you're saying. The N of rerolls is a lot smaller than the N of possible upgrades to spawn in. If I shuffle, then the N is the index array, which could potentially be large. Probably will be 20 plus. Whereas if I do a hash map collision resolution, then the N is the amount of items in the shop, which is like necessarily smaller than. Yeah, I think that that makes sense to me. That like I think it grows a lot worse, but I know the numbers. You know what I mean? It's not an arbitrary number. I know what the numbers are going to be, or roughly at least. Anyway, we have our indices. What we need. But what do we do with we roll from 0 to range, and then I guess what we need like a second list of what we already picked. Right? Oh yeah, I can just get out of this list. I see. Yes, yes, yes. Good, good. Oh wait, but then my indices are broken, right? I can't modify the array and rely on indices. A list of pointers. Oh, so you're saying like I could set a flag on them or something? I'm so dumb. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I take out from the index array, right? Then the indices aren't broken. The indices are to something else. Yeah. 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 Sorry, long day. I did work 8 hours of computer job as well. All right. So we roll a shop item index is something from rank indices count 0. Shop item node is or no. Shop item index or I'll say yeah, index is what I mean. And then shop item index is indices shop item index. It lets you add refresh logic. Right, yes, because yeah. Shop could use in like replacement not in index selection to facilitate upgrades that affect properties of the shop, like refreshing bought items or re-rolling items. Okay. Yeah, or I mean, yeah, or maybe making extra or certain types of items more likely. Okay. Um, so narrative pivot. What's up? I have no narrative except a vine or a beanstalk, if you were. Oh, I guess me, yeah, but that's a pretty. I think that's a pretty late game. That's late in that. I can add that as a note as potential late polish. Theming of shop can help explain mechanics like available items with certain themes like cards, which could make above shop upgrade affecting or shop above mentioned frequency affecting items more intuitive. Yeah, but I feel like that's part of animating the shop. But I think that could work. I want them to be I didn't like have it drilled down, but I wanted them to be some degree of like otherworldly, like there it's like a portal in, you show up, probably be a slightly different tile set, and then disappear when you leave. Um anyway, we have our index, and then we want to say indices remove at shop item index. And we do get shop item. I gotta go into the base class. I need static public, I guess. Can I just do this as is? shop item from index. No? Get shop or get spawn data from index. Yeah, because it's the more general version. And the spawn database is S whatever, not start coroutine audio. What is the name? Oh, it's shop. I need to modify this. Cause I need another like throughput function in the middle to pass your array. Get so the same deal, public, static, shop item spawn data, get spawn get. I can name this one like a shop item spawn data from index get spawn data from index shop index turn and then let's bump this back down to protected. Okay. Get spawn data from index shop item index. Okay. Have we done it? I think this should be enough. Let's find out. Oh wait, I. Oh wait, yeah, I still want this I, because this is just this I now reflects like your position in the shop. That's fine. I'll move this up to actually be next to the bit difficulty pass. I probably want to do that pretty soon, probably today. See how it works out. All right, back into the game. I think that should be enough for uniqueness. And also using that same technique of sort of getting a list of valid indices and then throwing it away. I mean, like, it's pending profiling, but my suspicion is that actually will be better than the current stupid roll watchdog. All right, we got 3 different unique items in our first shop. It's a good sign. They have the right stuff. Exit. All right, we just want to check one more shop and then we can conclude. I think that this is good. The same 3 items. Slightly suspicious. Let's go find one more shop. To be fair, I only have 5 items. That's not that unlikely. That would happen like 40% of the time. Okay, 3 different items. Cool stuff. So I didn't have a note for that, but I'm actually going to add it to my task list. Copy this. Table, insert below. Shop, unique offerings. Don't spawn copies of the same item in shop. Future systems or upgrades may be able to interact with this uniqueness. All right, so we have our upgrade. It shows up in the shop. It uniquely shows up in the shop, which is cool, which it will, I think, expedite testing. We'll just roll more, oops, went to the wrong monitor. We'll roll more of the upgrades we're looking to test more quickly. So let's go to our modifier stuff. Modifier increase health. I think I just want to duplicate the script. So scripts. Oh my god, so annoying. I wonder if there's a better way. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll review my like layout here. It's so much easier to see in Visual Studio. It's so annoying to then go try and find the script in Unity. So it's under player, modifier, modifier increase health. We're going to duplicate this. Call this modifier add jump charge. Open it up, rename it. It's just one for now. I kind of doubt I would ever like be putting you to quad jump or penta jump. Why are these separate scripts? Because they're components. This is by slapping this on the player, it makes the upgrade happen. JSON. That is, I think that's super over engineering. I mean, I would have to create a translation layer. You know, I feel like that's something you make if you have a designer who you want to just chew out like upgrades for you. Cause like I have to make the back end anyway. Yeah, right. Yeah, but I can get a dictionary of the data, but then I have to like generate the stuff. And at the end of the day, it's gonna have to do this type of stuff anyway, where it actually changes the properties of other game objects. You know what I mean? So like I have to write this anyway. I don't see how having a JSON layer in between. What do you mean? I mean like I already did that, right? That's what the modifier base class does. This is not doing the exact same thing as health. It's doing a different thing, right? It's changing a different value on a different component. It would be possible, but it would be like hella templating, hella generics to set up a system that could like from data change values on arbitrarily typed components. You know what I mean? Because like I don't need the health. This doesn't care about the health. I care about the player's jump. I need Q jump jump. Getting the health does nothing for me. Yeah, but the different target is a different type. And the plumbing to go from data to type to modification of properties on type is not trivial at all. And I feel like it would eat way more time than it actually saves me. Because like I have to write these little functions anyway, so I don't see how, you know what I mean? Like this is set up so it's already barely any work in theory. We'll see if that actually ends up being true. I have no way of knowing how many allowed jumps you have, so I need a getter for that. I need to do get allowed jumps +1 basically. Oh my god, why would you autofill all that shit? I think yeah, but I think you might need reflection. If you wanted it to be like really be uh if you wanted to really be like data driven, you would have to reflect just add an increment function to the source of data. What am I saving myself? One line of get allowed jumps? You know what I mean? I think you're underestimating how involved that data system would be. It really needs reflection to work how you're describing it, right? Where I write components like these that actually like touch stuff, right? In theory, like I would have to be passing around these function pointers. Like there's nothing similar to like get max health and get allowed jumps. They don't collapse down to a base class, you know, unless I force them to. And I feel like that is object-oriented programming like gone mad a little bit. Like the base class is thing that holds an int. So since there's not really an inheritance solution, you need to dynamically generate that class data with reflection. I don't even know if you can do reflection in C#, but reflection is also like pretty difficult to do. Yeah, I could, but yeah, that would be sort of like the reflection system. I'd have to go through all the components I care about. I'd have to like get type on all their properties, maybe with some way of marking relevant properties. And like at the end of the day, why? I'm saving myself um these 3 lines. Okay. What? Yeah, but I don't have any. I have a class now, but I have to write the same getters on that class's like data. You know what I mean? I still have to. So I could, in theory, move it into the modifier base such that like, yeah, I could set it up in data that like this modifies the jump. That could be something I set up, but then like it doesn't know num jumps is a special property on the jump component. It's data like anything else. So I would have to reflect every single instance of data or have some meta system marking what data is important. Right, you know what I mean? Like I guess I don't see the benefit of I would have to write the type name, right? So I have to write QJumpJump. I have to write the getter I care about or like the property I care about in some way. The only way I can imagine how to do this like generically is function pointers. So yeah, let's say I need this function pointer and I need this function pointer. That would be the sort of most generic way to do an increment. Is I say, here's the thing I want you to get type, get component by type. Yeah, but again, like that that like fancy system is replacing line 9 of code here. For what? You know what I mean? I think the reflection system you're describing is like 2 weekends, a huge task, a larger task than implementing segment trees. Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not gonna do it. You can do it. I'll take it if you do it. I if you want, this is a lot of it's more setup than you think. I have to like give you permission. It's a private repo. I have to make you a branch. I have to set up branch permissions. Oh shit, I fell. I don't know. I just like if I wasn't talking about it, that would have taken me 20 seconds. You know what I mean? But that did not actually work. Set allowed jumps not work? Let's see. I'm pretty sure I tested triple jump when I added double jump. I'm like 90% sure I did, but I need to output MLON jumps to just make sure. I mean, I can break in here as well. I don't know. If you say like, I'll have it done by Sunday, let's say it takes you 8 hours to do. And the JSON never, the component never has any bugs. It never messes up once. And let's say writing JSON properties instead of 30 seconds, you could do it in 10 seconds. Stuff I need. I don't think it ever adds up. Like, that's the danger of over-engineering, right? Is if you don't actually save more time than the meta system spent. Alright, we got our wing. Still say 2? Oh, you know what? I made this component, but I didn't actually give the component to the wing. Okay. So here in modifier list, blah, blah, blah. We just associate enums with the various things. That's all basically this is, a translation between enums and so it's easier to modify in the what's it called, in the Unity editor. This just gives me a nice drop down in the Unity editor. What did I name it? Add jump charge. 1, 2, 3. Fix this comment. And then on our jump charge boy here, I have this enum that I can now switch to upgrade add jump charge. Is that gonna save? Yeah, okay, cool. And let's see if it lets me triple jump. I hope it does. I want to be debugging jump code. I want to be shitting out upgrades. And I see a 3 in the chat. 1, 2, 3. Hey, look at that. We did it. I wonder if there should be a fade though. There's some real danger of just adding jumps, I think. I don't know. Now I should have 4 jumps. And that works too. Maybe I should test the single use tech there. Where do I set that? I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on that? Should you just be able to, I mean, I don't think 5 would be a representative price, but should you just be allowed to keep buying triple, quad, penta, sexta, septa jumps? I'm not sure if that's good or bad. Yeah, I guess that would rely on like the sort of better and better upgrade thing. Yeah. But here in spawn shop items, isn't there a I guess it's in the shop data manager, whatever it's called. Shop spawn item manager. So this is where I would need like I also need a different constructor here. I need a constructor that lets me set these properties. So pool single buy. Um, I'll dump this to the next line. And then one that also has rarity. What's up? Does not fix what problem? Like, are you suggest for like difficulty rolling? Are you saying like encode difficulty bands into tags? No, I don't think that like that's not the jump that's a problem. The jump that's a problem is the next jump. And also, I don't think find game object with tag is something you're really supposed to be calling at runtime. I mean, if you're going to do a loading screen and like this is setting up the arrays anyway, it might be fine, but I don't think you want to be calling it during your game. I think it's relatively expensive because it has to look through all the objects because tags are arbitrary. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, that's not the problem. It's the next step that's the problem. It's not it's not getting the type that's the problem. It's doing potentially arbitrary things with that type. That's the problem. It only seems even possible in the most simple cases like incrementers. Um, and those cases have the least ROI. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna put a custom script in there because why don't I just write the custom script in Unity? I'm not saving anything. So yeah, I mean, getting the types is not the thing that's tripping me up. It's doing the specific thing to the type. Yeah, but they would have to then I have to define an interface. I can only put that through common code if I then go define an interface and go through all the things. Let's see. I mean, I wouldn't say this is a complete list of upgrades, but so here it's conditional. I'm planning on adding like I'd say Fever. I don't know if Fever is going to be the final thing. Fever is the name of it in Patapon, but you know, as you can think of it like frenzy combo, whatever you want to call it. You're doing well type vibe. Um, haven't added that, but yeah, that's an example of okay, now it's conditional. Reset a jump when you take damage. It's kind of an adder. It's kind of an adder, but it's also like dynamic, conditional, clear nearby things on damage taken. Dude, I would play so much Patapon if it were on the Switch, but like, am I gonna? I don't even think I have a PSP here, in my house or in my apartment. I think it's back in my parents' house. I don't think and I think Patapon is only on PSP, right? Yeah, like this is changing properties on a specific collider. This is an incrementer, extra money gained for each coin. There can just be a global value of like bonus. Um, Smaller hurt box again. I can't just say shrink a collider because I need to go through the dumb player or hierarchy of like 5 different colliders and shrink that specific one. Probably way too much. Who owns Patapon? Sony, I think. Pyramid Japan Studio, published by Sony. Yeah, maybe I'll call it that. I like Fever as a name for it. I don't know, something like that. I think in Downwell you only get points if you collect money, so it's called Gem High. Now I'm gonna try using this other constructor, single by true. So I don't know if this is what I'm gonna do long term. I think I like your idea of increasing costs, but I want to do the upgrade system then. I don't have anything yet to say like, oh, you need wing 1 for wing 2 to appear. So that might be a future thing. So for now, let's just double check this tech works. Make it a single buy. I guess we never set already bought, so we'll need to set that. Um, I guess I just need a public static void report shop item bought index esh. And then in the shop, we just gotta call that. Bought, number bought items increased by 1. Shop something. What was that? Shop manager, shop report. Oh, fuck. I don't have the index anymore. Brrr. Can I do it in here? I think perhaps. Not really. The data separation here is not very good. Because I have like a separate concept between like the items in this particular shop and the items in every shop. But I need to report to every shop, but I'm in this particular shop. What do I do about that? Not sure. I guess I can. I think maybe instead of just storing shop items, I would also have to include the global index here. Um, yeah, so let's just make a struct for that. Okay, and then we have a struct of these rather than game objects. Give it a constructor. Object is underscore object. Global index. Just index. Um, cool, we have a constructor now, but all these places are expecting it to be a game object array. So all these places we need to do object, object, new shop item data, options I dot object is this, right? It'll default construct these things, I think, when I make the array. Okay. Now I fix the rest of these references. See, like this is the tragic part. There's like many layers of already bought between like the current shop and the global shop. So it's potentially confusing. And, you know, things that are potentially confusing potentially introduce bugs. But now I can just get shop item data. It's this. Then I do this. Shop item data object. And then here I can say, or whoops, wait, what? Yeah, not the type. Shop something manager. Type manager. Look at all these managers. It did it again. All right. Now we will tell the global spawner boyo that we bought a thing. So, and then hopefully in the spawning logic, it will check if the thing can be bought more than once and not spawn it again if it can't. Can't afford anything, need to grab these coins. None of these are single buy, so it's irrelevant. I guess I should buy the rations, and it would be nice to see them come up again to confirm I didn't accidentally do it in that case. Here's the next shop. What you got? Okay, rations show up again. That's good. Wing. Bought. Now I can triple jump. Yo, triple jump should probably be very expensive. It's already like ridiculously good. No wing. Good. Really, triple jump almost makes it impossible to fall. You can just jump as if you were doing double jump. Oh, dang, there's another wing. I wonder that could, well, let's see. Let's break here and buy it again. For what, like a period of time? A single trip, I feel like that's barely worth anything. Well, I guess you can hold on to it and not hit the third, like, hit until you need it. Oh, it's just gonna crash. Can I? I'm like pretty. Maybe my expectations are too high, but I'm pretty dissatisfied with my like how much of a fucking pain in the ass it is to attach a debugger. Oh, I see. I need to do a second pass. I'm not calling my helper function there. And I should... Oh. You can't remove things from a list while you're iterating through it, right? So that's annoying. I guess, well, I'll just get a second list. This makes it 2n, but again, we're talking about 3. N is 3. Can you get... I feel like I need something on the player probably, right? There needs to be some UI for that. It can't just be you remember how many wings you have. That might be a good thing to So yeah, this is just, it gets anything that falls in the difficulty range from the base class, then it does a second pass doing its shop specific stuff, which is like checking the already bought flag, and this is valid spawn function. Yeah, I don't know. My hesitation, I like the idea of attachments, especially for special items, but my hesitation is like, I even have like a few more animations to add. I have like a pretty nice animated character, and like, am I gonna do my bad art job of just like ping it, like, what's the word? Pinning, pinning these little 32 pixel wings on my nice fully animated character? Oh, maybe, yeah, like a slight offset. I'm gonna write that down actually. Reduce complexity of attachments by having them sort of offset in an orbit around the player rather than directly on the player. And attachment system serves as the UI for a possible collectible that gives you n extra jumps. Need the ability to cleanly show the player how many temp jumps they have. Yeah, I do have that logic. Yeah, I was thinking of like trying to like go through the sprites and like set a pinpoint on his shoulder, and then like I have to like figure where the shoulder is in different frames. Like I feel like that's what I would have to do it justice in a full attachment. But if it's in an orbit, that gets around that problem. All right. So by going through that second pass check, we should be able to throw out the indices that are not valid selections, which might mean they are too too rare, or like you lost the rarity check, or you already bought something like the wing. So I'm gonna go up to 5 coins here. So hopefully buy a wing. Cool stuff. Ah, triple jump, glorious. And I want to not see a wing. No wing in the shop. Okay, good first step. Look at that. I messed up the jump, but it didn't matter at all because I triple jumped. Oh, I wanna go back and see if I can outrun the vine. All right, no wing. Good stuff. I think it worked at this point, but I'm gonna check one more shop to be sure. Oh, chicken. Unfair chicken. I was thinking I might like make little rat dens and maybe like some other thing on the side for the chickens. Make it just a little bit clearer. All right, no wing. I think we're good. You don't have to. Oh yeah, yeah. You basically quote unquote buy the exit button. You mean up is basically like left, or I guess contextual left? Oh, you mean like being end and home basically? Hmm. Yeah, I can definitely add that for PC, although I'm not sure I'll add that for phone. I might just, maybe I can just make it fully touchscreen in phone instead of using the left and right touch buttons for the shop. I don't know. But yeah, I am very cognizant. I do want to have this phone port very cleanly available and be one of their release platforms. I didn't know about that. Useful to have a control to quick exit shop. This could be down and be paired with up going to furthest item. All right. So I just wanted to check really quick if I hurry and get triple jump, if I can like way outrun the vine. That'd be cool. 1, 2, 3. Since the vine won't go one screen ahead of me, I don't have to hurry until I actually get triple jump. Alright. You got me? Dang, no. I think golden hearts definitely should not be in the initial shop, and maybe blue hearts as well. Cause that felt lame. Getting in the shop and having nothing cool to buy. I guess when I add more upgrades, the chance of upgrades will be way higher. Give me a wing. Alright, we're gonna try and beat the thing. Ah, flowers, you messed me up. We're gonna beat it. Can I get it off the screen? Ah, no, it's too fast. Maybe with quad jump? Ah, you're killing me, game. But not with triple jump. Ow. I beat it to the top, but I couldn't get it off screen. Right. I'm gonna do levels. There will be a height wall. And then it's gonna, when you get there, it's gonna say it might give you an upgrade, I think, downwell style, but then it's gonna just swap in a new level. That also, I can keep some like core information. Yes, boss fights, absolutely. Maybe not after every level, but maybe once every 3 or something. Like do boss fights before a palette swap. But yeah, boss fights are definitely in the cards and somewhat planned even. But yeah, maybe like a lesser upgrade for beating a level, and then boss fight every 2 or 3 levels. You swap a palette and get a greater upgrade, kind of like Slay the Spire. Anyway, let's I mean, I feel like I've done some good stuff, but I have made progress on important things. But let's I want to get like a few different upgrades in. So let's do reset a jump when you take damage. This is some game dev video. So let's go ahead, use the increased jump as a base. Technically, I could put this through another base class if I wanted to, but this is another thing where like, why to save 3 lines? modifier jump charge on damage. Instead of on buy, we want on oh, I don't know if I actually set up that callback. Yeah, I didn't. I only set up on buy because that's the most basic. Virtual protected void on damage. Cool. And then after on buy, we var health. So the idea would be like this base class is just going to take care of all the subscriptions for us, and you just pick what you want to override and override it, and it'll already be subscribed. So it would be health is get component in parent to ha health, and I say health on damage or on decrease because I made it general. That's one of the technical debt things. On decrease on damage. It needs to be amount, I think. I don't plan to do anything with that, but that's just what the callback is expecting. Okay. So I have that callback now, and I just go to my jump charge on damage. Oh, right, I need int amount. It's not allowed jumps, it's something else. Jump counter, and I don't want to reset jump counter. I want to decrement jump counter. Or I could just say restore jump charge, I guess. Int num and jump counter. I don't think this is a one-liner because I want to max it, so we'll bump down to the next line. It is new jump counter is jump counter minus num, but it can't be negative. Jump counter is whatever is bigger, 0 or that value. And then modifier jump charge on damage, instead of get allowed jumps, we do jump dot restore jump charge 1. How do I make this obvious though? I'm not gonna do it right now, but I am thinking long term. This needs some feedback. I need some way to tell you just got a jump counter back, I think. I know. It's fine for now. So we make a new object. It's gonna be a red wing. I have a bloody wing sprite to use eventually, but I don't have it right now. I don't have it prepped for right now. So we go to shop. We duplicate our buyable jump charge. And we name it buyable jump charge, or buyable, what did I name it? Jump charge on damage. Jump charge on damage. Call this bloody wing. Gain a jump charge when taking damage. When you take damage. All right. I want to make it red-ish. That's good. All right. I'll get a better sprite later. Yes, that's a good note. Stream notes. A good way to, I'll just say don't forget about sound for upgrade feedback. For example, jump charge on damage could be communicated to the player by a sound effect that normally isn't present when player gets hit. Okay, so we put that in. All right, so we have our object, but now it needs to be able to spawn in the shop. Jump charge on damage is what I named it. What's up? Add to the note. Am I supposed to look up or is something incoming? Okay, it's incoming. Okay, yeah. Do you mean grants instead of consumes? You said any effect that consumes a charge. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Generate in use common sounds. Have a sound for gaining, losing a jump charge. Then the upgrade can use the gain sound. Losing a jump charge can just be the normal jump sound. Alright, so now it knows how to show up in the shop. But we also need to... It needs to be a fancy jump sound? What do you mean? Oh. I see what you mean. Yeah. It should be a variant of it, right? Well, are you like imagining this for like cursed items where a player might lose a jump charge when something happens? Or when are you imagining a player would lose a jump charge other than normally jumping? No, for this wing gives you +1 jump for end jumps. Oh, I see what you mean. Like in the vein of you're saying like bonus jumps would have a slightly different jump sound. Can be a variant of the normal jump sound. Maybe fancier or more impactful. That helps indicate an extra jump charge has been used up. Alright, so now that we have it in our list, we should be able to set it. This basically just connects the item in the shop with like the actual functionality that gets run on damage, hopefully. So we switch to add jump charge on damage, not count, jump charge on damage. Alright, let's go buy one, let's get hit. And hope to jump again. Oh, you're killing me. One day platforming overhaul. I need to find like a really good intermediate advanced tutorial on like how to really fine-tune jumping to make it feel even better. Alright, I should have my bloody wing now. Okay, so 1, 2, I get hit, and I can jump again. Which I want to make sure that's not like built in. Give me another chicken. Game. This is what I get for making them spawn in bursts. Now they're up there. Alright, so 1, 2, hit. Oh, I guess I have the wing. There's no way I can test without it. But yeah, normally I'm only jumping twice. And I'm getting the third jump here. I'll just die and get hit again without the wing. But it seems like the with the wing works. So I just have to make sure it doesn't work all the time. That it's actually being given to me from the wing and is not just a part of the game. Chickens, where you at? Alright, so 1, 2, Oh, I missed them. 1, 2. Yeah, you can't jump anymore, so that works. Got 2 upgrades. Keep going. Probably get 3 or 4 more, maybe more. Notes. Okay, kill nearby enemies on damage taken. That seems doable. Yeah, I'll take a look. The current one I have is the Brackeys implementation. So it is another one of those like YouTube helpers, YouTube tutorial guys, like Game Maker's Toolkit. But yeah, I think I will definitely crack into that and see like how it's the same, how it's different, what additional little control elements I might be able to add to improve using it. But I think I'm even gonna have to go a step further than that if I really want it to feel great. Um, uh, you know, cause what's it called? Yeah, I think it's just gonna require like platform specific tweaks or something. I just don't think the general. It'll definitely move me closer in the right direction, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to get me to like the level of feeling good I want. You know, best case scenario, it's like feeling as good as Super Mario 64, you could imagine, but in 2D. As good as Super Mario 3. Um, but I'm not. I guess. Yeah. I guess looking at standard implementations and picking them for ideas. Yeah, the jump has a squish. It might be slightly harder to notice with our Boyo instead of the pink box character, but he is still squishing. I'm trying to think what is the easiest thing to grab on here. I think I'm gonna do kill nearby on damage taken. So I think that is. Let's copy our Bloody Wing script for a base. Man, it's super hot in my office here. It's like 89. Ugh, killing me, killing me heat. This is my fault. I wanted to live on the top floor because I got tired of people being loud above me. But now people are just loud below me, and I'm roasting on the top floor. All right. Jump charge on damage. We'll duplicate that and call it enemy kill on damage. Enemy kill on damage. On damage, let's just do a raycast. Circle cast of just the origin is just the player position. I kind of want to spawn a object though. Circle cast is all I need, and I'm pretty sure spawning an object with a collider is just a circle collider is just basically the same as doing a circle class anyway. But since I need to have a visual, I might as well just make it spawning an object to have that object be the carrier of the visual. So let's look at prefabs. New folder, call it player. Create a new object. Well, I'm gonna have to make the object in the scene. Create empty. Player. Kill enemy. Burst. Make a prefab out of it. Delete it from here. Take a look at the prefab. move it to 0, and add a sprite. I just want a circle, basically, but with alpha, half alpha. Next, it needs a circle collider. Where is the thing? Oh, there. It's all the way down there. Yeah. Looks good. Okay. And then we add... we can just use the Isn't there an existing enemy kill bubble? Enemy death bubble. That's all it needs to be. And it's a trigger. So yeah, the idea here is we would just spawn an enemy death bubble. We can probably spawn it once. And is it easier to spawn it and kill it every time, or spawn it once and just make it invisible and stuff? Probably spawn it once is cheaper, I would imagine. But we need to check the base. Base. Okay, we'll do it on awake. On awake, I want to load a prefab. I'm gonna look to this code to get the. Okay, so enemy kill on damage. When you're awake, you need to get this. Resources load. The path would be. Let's double check as an example. Okay, it starts at prefabs. So prefabs player. Player kill enemy burst. And this is private game object m enemy m kill enemy burst. We save it. Prefab, well, let's just spawn it. M kill enemy burst equals instantiate. Instantiate. Oh, the prefab. I don't care about the position for now because we'll see. Enabled. Set active. False. All right. But then on damage. Do we have update for this? No. So we can do our own update. On or update. So the idea here is just on damage, we'll like set some timer. It should probably grow and then shrink again. So private bool, m growing, false, m shrinking, false. Then we do a private float, private const float, k, grow time, grow duration, I guess. Say that much. M shrink duration. Private, and then the timer versions of those. And then, so on awake, all we do, I don't even have to set it to unactive. I'll just set the scale to 0. Stuff with 0 scale doesn't have any area, it doesn't collide with anything. But then when you take damage, you're going to set m growing to true. And then we also need a private const float k grow size. We'll say you grow to 2. Okay. All right, and then if we're growing, else if we're shrinking, you're growing, mgrow timer plus equals time dot delta time if mgrow timer is greater than or equal to mgrow or kgrow something. Grow duration. Mgrowing is false. Shrinking is true. You're shrinking. Increment this other timer. Technically, there could probably be one timer, but if I run into issues, they should be easier to debug. Shrink duration, shrinking is false. And then let's have a common path float scale. Scale T, I guess. Yeah, float scale T, scale min, scale A. I think, yeah, T, A, and B for the lerp, basically. So in the case where you're growing and you're still growing, then scale T, in this scale T is here we're just going to return, leave it as is. If we hit the apex, stop there for a frame, come back next frame to shrink. And also we'll set grow timer back to 0 here. Scale T, though, if we're still growing, is grow timer over grow duration. So yeah, it goes from 0 to 1. That's what we want. And then the scale A is 0, because scale B is whatever we said the scale was, say row size. Okay. And then here we'll do the same deal where we'll just 0 the timer and return. Actually, I'm going to 0 the timer, but I'm not going to return because I want to make sure it gets to 0. Shrink timer is 0% of f. Scale T is 1.0 f. And then here, scale A. Here in the else, we'll just set scale T, which is between, same deal, m shrink timer over shrink duration. K shrink duration, it's a constant. I bumped over. Okay, that's our scale T. That's all we have to set. Scale A, so that's what we're going from. That's the grow size. And scale B is the 0. And then we just say float in the common path. Float scale is I guess I should only I'll say else return. Don't set scale if not shrinking or growing. But then the scale is going to be scale T times scale A plus 1 minus scale T times scale B. Classic lerp, transform, position, local scale, or not position, transform that's local scale is scale. Oh my god, you're so annoying, Unity. Scale, 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 there, you happy? That's obviously what I meant. Am I wrong? Is that a a reasonable thing to assume. If I try and assign a float to a vector n, I just want every component to be that float. I don't know. I think this should work. Oh, this needs to override. Cool. So we load the prefab. We make it. But we set the scale to 0. In fact, we should just do that right away. Can I not set the scale in any of these? Not really. Oh well, I guess we can't do it right away. I can set it to default. I'll just set it to default 0. Because I don't want it appearing for a single frame and then disappearing. It looks really bad. Alright. So, yeah, the idea behind this is on awake, grab the prefab that's this kill burst, make one to hold on to, and set the local scale to 0 so it's not hitting anything. I guess I also need on by to put it on the player. Oh wait, no, it's on the player. Someone else is doing that. It'll be on the player's modifier things. Cool. Let's see if that. Oh, I have to do the other 2 steps here. Put it in the shop. Oh, I never made the item port actually. Assets, resources, prefabs, player, or I guess shop. I don't have one for this, so let's make one super fast. Spike ball? Any idea? Deal damage in the area. You know what I mean? To kill everybody when you're nearby. Jefferson Davies Crown of Thorns would be the comp reference. He's apparently, I don't know if it's a myth or not. I've seen a discussion about it as a myth and as not. But like there's a myth that when he was in like jail after losing the Civil War, Jefferson Davis, the president of the Confederacy, who Ray calls Jefferson Davies, was given a crown of thorns in jail by like one of his supporters. I can't have it off the edge. But I just want to start. Oh, do I have a? I think this just has a starburst I can use. Yeah. I'll do a layering thing here. Yeah, you're like, oh, are we breaking out? And you're like, no, it's your crown of thorns. I can't believe how they're treating you. Oh yeah, so then I can select on this layer and delete on this layer. Is that actually what I want? And I don't want to get hung up on it. It's close enough. Yeah. I don't know if it's true, but that's one of the Raycomp things that like I want to believe is true. And I'm also gonna I want a smaller circle here to get more of my star. I know I keep saying like, oh, don't get hung up on the image you're gonna replace anyway, but I am. I can't help it. I want to slightly improve it. And now I can select in layer 3 and delete that. And then delete layer 3. Oh wait, that isn't what I want, is it? Oh, I guess that's too small. Go back. Up, 1, 2. 1, 2. It wasn't exclusive, basically. It was overlapping what I wanted to. Yeah. Yeah, Christmas wreath. Maybe it could be that. I mean, like, I'm about to delete the green. The green is just a helper layer to get the inside. And then I can delete this. I guess. I'm not super happy with it. Whatever, though. Like I said. Let's I want to ignore these. I'm at least going to make it symmetrical, and then we'll call it done for now. Symmetrical. Oh no, this is so off from being symmetrical. All right, we did it. Oh, I can't. I'm so upset with it. I'll delete. Maybe this. Let's just do a white version of this. That's what like the Mercedes logo or something. I don't know. It's fine. Let's rotate it. This is good enough. I can't. I'm not an art boy. This is not what I should be spending time on. Just can't help myself though. All right, last thing for reels. We're just gonna slightly decrease the scale of this ring to give the points more like responsibility. Pixelated selection quality. No bicubic, nearest neighbor, or pixel art, boys. All right, good enough, good enough, good enough. Oh wait, not wing 32. File, save as Thorns 32. Okay. So now we just duplicate any of our upgrades here. Rename this enemy. What did I name the component? Enemy kill on damage. Viable. Enemy kill on damage. Oh, I need to fix the spray. It's gonna come in at a weird. Yeah, see, it comes in at 100 pixels per unit, which you don't want. It would be a weird size. You know what it needs? Black. It just needs an outline. That's what I need to fix. One. Connor not wasting time on Art LaVille. All right. We did it. Good enough. I know, right? You hate to see it. It is a car. I don't know what car logo it is. These are placeholder sprites anyway. The fact that I spent more than 30 seconds on it is a sham. I'm gonna hopefully I can bug Paul to make make these things. I got some nice wings from him. They're a little square than I want. Let me see. I wonder if it's showing my Discord. I hope not. It's got streamer mode on, so it's not showing. Okay, yeah, here are some wings. Let me open a browser so I don't have to stream it. Stream my Discord. Oh, it's like so tiny, but yeah. We got Bloody Wing. We got a rainbow ring for the fever thing. But for now, our Crown of Thorns is a car logo. I don't know which one, but that's okay. I used the pre-built shapes in Paint.net, and this is what I ended up with. I mean, most likely thing in there is Paul complaining about Warcraft lore with the time patch dropping today. There was an interesting cinematic. I can send it to you after. It's like really quickly. I forget what was the thing about it. There's once. Oh yeah. The spooky Earth Dragon guy was like, don't you wonder why don't you wonder why the Titans picked this timeline to protect. So that's kind of hinting at something. There's a mystery there, and you know I like mysteries. Anyway, player kill enemy burst. We fixed the car logo, but now we have to spawn it into the game. Resources, prefabs, shop, viable, enemy kill on damage, switch to Thorns 32. Is that appearing here? Player kill enemy burst. Oh, that's a different thing. Good enough. Good enough. Okay. So, yeah. This was a Mercedes saying. I could put it in here to remind myself to get rid of it. Their slogan is the best or nothing. Okay. Or how about Thorned Ring? Yeah. Thorned Ring gives you destroys nearby enemies when after taking damage. Oh, I think technically if I wanted to do like a motif, if you know what I mean, I was gonna do for like the rainbow wing and the bloody wing, I was gonna do bloody for anything where you take damage. I might have to rename it. I don't know if that would like give me like, is bloody bad enough that it makes you like PG-13? I could say stained wing as well instead of bloody wing. This is viable enemy kill on damage. Can I spell viable? Viable enemy kill on damage. Then also the modifier list, I need to associate the type with the enum. Viable, or I guess upgrade, enemy kill on damage. 3, 4, 5, take this name. Bop, 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 bop. 3. Upgrade enemy kill on damage. Modifier enemy kill on damage. Oh, did I name it upgrade? Oh, I just named it enemy. I'm gonna rename that. I've been doing a theme here, so I'm sticking with the theme. I don't know, I like having prefixes and stuff. It makes it easier to find things. Because when you know you type the prefix, you get all the kind of related things. Modifier enemy kill and damage. All right, modifier list is where I was. Because the. All right, that should make it appear in the shop. Oh dang, 9 already. I only got 3 upgrades. That feels very bad. To be fair, shop uniqueness was you know, a worthwhile thing to do that wasn't on the to-do list. And I guess I'll have to go back in the VOD, but I think that took a decent-ish, like at least 20 or 30 minutes. Oh no, I went up before the thing spawned. Alright, so the goal here, collect 5 coins, make it to a shop. Hopefully the shop will be selling the enemy thing, and then we test it. What you got, Chop? Crown of Thorns? Nope. But I like this. Definitely, this makes me happy. It feels good that I'm starting to see like a variety of different things in here. Even only adding 3 today, like, you know, I'm like a 4-hour focus session away from having like 20 of these, which is very cool. And I feel like maybe this isn't the perfect example, but I feel like I've gotten through many of the initial hurdles. And from here on out, I can probably just churn them out. I don't know, we'll see. I'm talking a big game for someone who has not tested number 3 yet. All right, we got the Mercedes logo. Thorn blank, it's too long. That's something to fix. Now the question is, do I rename it? What if I just say Thorn Ring? It's not gonna... I don't think it's gonna re-show up. And yeah, because it's just spawned in. And the name is too long too. Kill nearby enemies on damage. Should regen item? You mean like gain health at the end of every level at the end of every amount of time? Or do you mean like new things should spawn in after you buy? Let's see if this works. For starters, I should be able to pause the game, go into the scene view, look under the player. It doesn't seem like this has worked. Yeah, why haven't you worked? Have add. Oh, I didn't set the enum. Didn't set the enum. Yeah. See, it's on add jump charge. That's why. Add jump charge. Enemy kill and damage is the one I want. I might just have to decrease the font. Maybe I'll have. I know we talked offline about like having 2 different buckets, but I might even just need 3 different buckets. If I don't want to be like constantly constraining myself to like 20 characters or whatever it is. I think there's maybe like an efficient language I can work out, like a more efficient language. Okay, grab it. Sold. Now we pause. Player modifiers. Enemy kill on damage. Oh, we didn't set any parentage. So player kill any burst cone. It spawned in with a scale of 0. I think it probably would have spawned in near the player's location. I think all we need to do here is add in on buy override. On buy. You set the kill enemy burst transform.parent equal to your parent. So yeah. We need an extra step here. I mean, maybe it would have worked, maybe it wouldn't have, but it would have been in the wrong position. So we need this extra step of when you buy it, attach it to the player. One, two, three. Didn't get what I needed. I wonder, is 3 a good enough amount of item? Should it be 4 by default? Should it be more in the beginning or more at the end? I wonder. I just like kind of fell into 3 because that's what I happened to put in there when I was testing it. But is that actually the right choice for like gameplay reasons? We're 0-2 on finding the item we're looking for. All right, here we go. Hey, Thorn Ring fits, and this sort of text fits. All right, we pause. We do have that player kill enemy burst. All right, so yeah, let's go get hit. I have no idea. I don't think so. Let's try and break in here. Actually, I want M growing specifically. All right, let's attach pause before we get going, so hopefully I can do this. Probably not. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with incoming hearts. I think I also want a better, like a more valuable form of money that doesn't just float up in the air, that actually, like falls. Ah, god damn it. Yeah, I'm about to die. Let's just step through this though. Why is this not working? Scale T 0.25 from 0 to 2. Cool, cool. Scale comes out to 1.5. Why is that not happening? Definitely isn't, right? Oh, I got it, I got it. I think. Kill enemy on damage. Yeah, it's not this transform scale, that's the player modifier. I don't want to set that local scale. I want to set the local scale of the kill enemy burst objects. Transform. Alright, try again. Also, the other nice thing about having income that can fall, like maybe I'll do coins versus gems. Coins float, gems fall. Maybe it should be the other way, because I guess coins are round. That might be helpful. But if you have something that can fall away from you, it makes more sense to have an absorby upgrade, like suck in nearby gems. I should just get triple jump to jump faster. But I need to grab a 5th coin first. Mercedes-Benz. Sold. Pop out into the world. And stand here until a chicken hits us. One day. I don't think so. It says it has a scale of 2. Why am I not seeing it? It's in a random weird position. Okay. I think when I bought it, it probably tried to maintain the local position after I applied the parentage. So after that parentage is applied, I need to 0 its local position with respect to the player. So yeah, it is spawning down there. It did grow to 2. Is it growing and shrinking? Oops, I quit the game. It's fine. We'll fix this here where the parentage is applied. After we do that, transform.local position is vector 3, 0. All right. Hopefully this works, and then we'll probably call it a night here. Again, not as many upgrades as I planned for, but also more upgrade meta tech than I planned for, and the shop uniqueness thing. And just, I can't help myself making slightly better placeholder art. Probably wasted a solid, I don't know, 20-30 minutes on that. Alright, we got our Mercedes-Benz. Let's just get hits. Wow. So it's kind of right. Oh, it's kind of cool with the bubble. The squish is so much more obvious. Boink. But this obviously isn't correct. Oh shit. I guess I should double check this actually works. Where's an enemy to zap? Get zapped. That? No, I got hit. That's also something to fix. I think I might actually need, I don't think the layer alone is enough. I think it also will need some Let me double check what's on the shop. I'm pretty sure it has something else. Yeah, destroy other on trigger enter. That's what it needs. Okay, so prefabs. Play. Oh my god, look at this tiny little window. It's driving me mad. Player kill enemy burst, destroy other on trigger enter, no required tag, fire on enter, it looks good. And then we need to double, the growing looked kinda right, but it wasn't ending correctly. So let's see what's wrong. When we get hit, we're growing, we're not shrinking. When we're growing, oh, I guess in here we should re-zero the grow timer just in case. And then we're going from blah to da. And I guess we should probably only, I don't want to layer this, I think. I was thinking of like, oh, can I, yeah, I do have plans for a shield. I don't know if it would be the bubble as well. I guess it could just be a circle. Because yeah, the squished, like really, you notice it in the circle so much more. Which is probably why you notice it in the boxy main character more than like the more fluid. See, I'm gonna actually add a note on that. Stream notes. In addition to shield, might be interesting to have a charge-based bubble. Perhaps consumable. One-hit shield. Because once I have, this is basically shield tech. You know, I just need a permanent version of this for the shield, or like it turns itself off every so often. Maybe it can only get, you know, a thing every so many seconds. But you know, shield tech, consumable shield items, not am growing and not am shrinking, all basically have this same root. And so we're not going to start a new cycle if we're currently in a cycle. That might help. I might have been hitting an edge case with that, but we're still going to take a closer look. Okay, if we're growing, increment the grow timer. If the grow timer is greater than the duration, stop growing, start shrinking, and reset the grow timer to 0. If not, it's how close you are to the grow timer, and we're going from 0 to the grow size. This looks right to me. Shrink timer greater than equal to shrink duration. Shrinking is false. Shrink timer is 0. Scale timer is 1. Which means goes right to 0. Okay. I think that looks fine to me. I just like sort of saying that out loud, rubber ducking it. I didn't see any problems there. So I think it might have been the else if case, where if I got double hit in this on damage, it would have reset growing, reset the timer, and then I would have gone into growing and not shrinking, but shrinking still would have been true, or the shrink timer still would have been something, which might as well also just zero out the shrink timer here as well, just to be double extra safe. I think that'll be enough to fix it. All right, we're gonna climb up. We're gonna buy this, and hopefully it'll work. Oh, I should scroll up in. I don't think I took a note of what was that noise type you said I should use. Oh, I don't know. There's too much chat history. Yeah, I'll follow up with you after to re-get that noise link, because I didn't put that in my stream notes, I don't think. Alright, grab the Mercedes-Benz. And go run into a chicken. Wow. How is this? What is happening? I thought you said, like, try using this. No, like, way before, like, at the very beginning, I thought you were saying, like, try using this instead of, instead of Hurlin noise. understand why this is broken. This makes me annoyed. Why is it shrinking? That's the opposite of what I wanted to do. Shouldn't the scale be getting bigger? Yeah. What the heck? Is one of these numbers negative? I don't know, this seems... Oh my god, my lerp is backwards, that's why. God, what a stupid... Like the simplest expression in all of game development. That's why I didn't even look at it. I'm like, okay, there's my A, B, and T, and my lerp must be. Ugh. Oh, cool, yeah, thanks for that link. Some other more interesting noise might be better. See this noise generation tool. Can just make a handful of noise that looks cool and randomly select from set of noise options on Vine spawn. This can also be used to modify the sprite contents and have some more interesting lines rather than the default asset pack square right angle lines. I think this is not a bullet, so let me fix that. Oh, I guess it is. It's just the link being slightly too long. Yeah, thanks for the link there. I will check that out. I think I'm gonna just do like a little bit every week on that visual, John. So this probably won't be the next step, but it's definitely in the list of steps. Okay. So what do we fix? We fixed the lerp. The lerp was backwards, so let's go get hit and hopefully see the lerp work how we want it to. And then call it a night. I don't have any money, and it didn't have the item I wanted anyway. Oh, you kill me. Oh, still no Mercedes-Benz. Alright, that was a good hit just to make sure nothing unexpected triggered before it should. Planned. I'm just gonna buy wing upgrades when I see them to climb faster. Because climbing faster means seeing more shops, means seeing the item I want sooner. Yeah, I think the debug controls... I think the debug controls maybe should care about this somehow. Because if I'm adding like my 20th item, there's only like a 5% chance... Well, I guess it's not 5, it's 95 cubed. But, you know. It's a low chance of the item I need actually spawning, and I think I've actually now hit it, even spawning a shop on every other chunk, where it did not, just by random bad luck, happen to spawn the item I was looking to test. Oh, sneak around the edge, and Mercedes-Benz, what luck. Tons of guys around to blast. Blast. Alright, I think it's too fast. It's not big enough as well. Give me 0.8. Give me 0.9. That's probably too... 0.75. And we'll go up to 3. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I gotta make a note of that. Add a debug property for preferred item, which will always spawn into shop if present. This allows more straightforward, or I'm gonna say allows easier testing of new upgrades being sold at shop. Oh yeah. I guess adding 50 copies would also do it. But I could just also just say, hey, if I have a preferred item set, like, let's not even roll the first thing. The first thing is just the preferred item every time. I hit file by accident. And I just put it behind like, oh, I'm gonna fall. Shit. The game lost my focus. I just put it behind like debug code guards, so it's impossible to happen in release. I have no money, so I can't buy it even if it's in here. It's not. Didn't matter. That's an annoying coin. Oh my freeze. I think this level of difficulty would be like level 2, long term. Level 1, one-way platforms, less plants, less enemies. It's only at 5 coins. And the death box is... Oh, no. Death box is right on my trail. Oh, come on. No. Hey, Mercedes-Benz. Alright, I get the Mercedes-Benz, and then I need to, like, book it out of here to get some extra distance. Oh, my God. Well, it works. I saw it work. Fuck. Alright, let's go one more time. Here's plenty of coins. I'm not gonna have that problem again. Mercedes? Wing. Half is good. Dude, I kind of want to just, like, as a D... I feel like I shouldn't because it'll get me too divorced from, like, the real player experience, but I'm tempted to just turn on triple jump as a debug feature just all the time. Not what I need. I'll grab the... yeah, I'll grab Bloody Wing while I'm here. Look at that mobility. Oh, trash arts. I wonder if that should maybe not happen. I wonder if there might be worthwhile putting like bad luck protection. You get at least one upgrade. So that definitely feels very bad. I want interesting upgrades to buy. Ugh. I'm getting bad luck on the Mercedes-Benz. Again. I just still need to climb as fast as I can so that when I do buy it, I have enough time to test it before the death box. Oh. Killing me, game. Nope, it didn't spawn once. Feels incredibly bad. Oh, you know what? I think that's actually a bug really quick I can fix. Shop item spawn manager. We need to reset this on Awake. So on Awake, so we make the thing, but if we already have the thing, like if we're restarting the game, we need to go through each SISD in S this and SISD. Oh, SISD.alreadybought is false because this means we're resetting the game. I think that might not have spawned because I bought it in a previous playthrough, died, and just reset the game rather than like fully rebuilding the game. So we never set already bought back to false, so it wasn't a valid thing to spawn anymore in my second playthrough. So we fixed that bug. Hopefully find it quick. picked up a bloody wing just in case our thing would get messed up by being hit. That needs an extra jump. Some hearts, get up to 5 coins, hop into the shop. You got what I need? Yes, you do. Thorn ring. Alright, and then, okay. Looks pretty good there, but I need to get up higher to where there's enough density of enemies that I can actually confirm it like kills nearby enemies. And I should double check the shop because I want triple bump in there. It's not. I feel hobbled without triple jump. That time it's in the... Can't tell if it's working. Oh, it is, but I think it probably needs to be bigger. Just... Oh yeah, have a good night. Yeah, I'm about to... I think I'm done here. I'm just gonna increase this number and call it a night myself. Still gotta get dinner. So yeah, we're gonna... It's just a little bit too slow, and it's not being big enough that it's not actually killing the things, though it technically has the capability to, it functionally. Alright, I'm gonna call this partial. So yeah, we implemented extra jump on damage, and then in the on damage direction, spawn bubble on damage. That's a decent, coverage for the variety of effects, but definitely not as many as I would have liked to implement tonight. In terms of offline dev, I probably will be implementing just spewing out upgrades, just do like a 4 or 6 hour focus session, just making upgrade after upgrade. And also some progress on the vine grow shader, so that's what you can, that's what hopefully I will have for next time. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for feedback and ideas. I very much appreciate it.